everyone, today we're going to be making red beans and rice, so if you want to achieve this meal, please stay tuned. So to start off with the seasonings, you're going to need some Dano seasoning, Tony Chachere's, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, black pepper, oregano leaves, and under there smoked paprika, salt, parsley flakes, chicken stock, onions, and also you're going to need some bell peppers as well. This recipe is for beginners, so we're going to be using canned red beans, canned diced tomatoes. Also, we're using celery and green onions. So what you want to do is just chop them up finely. It's good to have a paper plate on hand to discard any other things that you don't need, such as the seeds and things like that. This is for my beginners, people that don't really have all the chopping boards and all that stuff. Like, I'm trying to assist the people that are just starting out. So just get you a nice little plate and chop up your onions and peppers and celery finely. And also you want to do the same thing for your green onions. You want to make sure that you rinse all of your items before you cut them, you guys. Rinse them with water, please. I hope everyone is doing well. Happy New Year, happy 2024. This year I'm taking a different approach with my YouTube channel. We're coming with all good vibes, good energy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and stay tuned all the way to the end, and I hope you guys leave me some feedback on this recipe. Please check me out on Instagram at CookingwithMercedes. And right there, I was just telling you that that piece of onion was too big and that you needed to chop it a little bit smaller. So just make sure you chop your onions small. Big chunks of onions are not really that great. So you see those? That's pretty good. I have all the tools I need, but I really wanted to make this video for beginners. Like, I have a mandolin. You have to be very careful with using mandolins because you can really slice your hand up. So that's more advanced. I took it back to the beginner stages for people that don't have cutting boards and mandolins and all the fancy knives. Like, I have all that stuff, of course, but I've just decided to make a video that's more simple and more, for beginners. So I hope you guys stay tuned. You just want to cut the ends of your green onions off where the roots are and put them to the side. So once you cut everything, it's going to look like this. Your celery, your red, yellow peppers, your onions, your green scallions, and you just want to throw this away. I used half of an onion, by the way, and I use my whole peppers. I use about 2 to 3 pieces of celery stalk. Okay. This next step, I decided to use kielbasa sausage. You can use whatever kind of sausage you want. Some people use andouille. I had that on hand, and you want to get smoked turkey legs. The smoked turkey legs are already cooked, so you just want to chop up the kielbasa sausage, and that's fully cooked also, but you just want to cut it into like coin sizes. And I sprinkled some Dano seasoning on my kielbasa sausage. This kielbasa sausage particularly was a beef, pork, and like chicken combined, but you can do whatever kind of sausage you like. It's your choice. You want your pan to be a little hot before you add the olive oil. I'm adding a small little block of butter, and you just want to get that going in the pot and let it melt. As mentioned earlier, I'm using canned beans, so what you want to do is get your strainer and you want to dump your 2 cans of beans on the strainer, and you want to rinse them under water and then drain them. So that's what I'm doing right here. It's very simple. After your pot has melted the butter, then you want to go ahead and add all of your chopped up vegetables. You want to add your onions, peppers, celery, and your scallions, or aka green onions. But you also want to save a little bit of green onions on the side so you can use them as a garnish after you complete your meal. So just leave just a little bit on the side, maybe like a tablespoonful of green onions to the side. And you guys, it smells so good already. Like, it smells so good. You want to continue to have your pan on medium-high heat and just give it a quick stir until the veggies are translucent a little bit. I cooked them maybe for about 5 minutes. Depending on your stove, it shouldn't take too long. And I just did a little bit of salt, maybe like a pinch or 2 of salt. Then you can go ahead and add some pepper. So after it starts to cook down a little bit, you want to turn your heat down to medium, and then you want to scoop out your vegetables and put them in a bowl, because next we're going to put our sausage in the pot. And this is for stacking flavor purposes. We're stacking flavor, y'all. That's what we're doing. So if you cook everything individually and then marry it together, I feel like the flavors come out more potent. They become more strong. But if you just throw everything in a pot, like, it doesn't give its, let me see how I can say, like, they're the star of their own show. Like, they need to be separated for a little while. They're like, everybody has their Beyonce moment, okay? That's what we're doing. So then after that, I take my seasoned kielbasa sausage and put them in the pot. And once again, it's still on medium heat. You want to cook this until it's brown on both sides. And I would say give it about 15 to 20 minutes. Once again, it depends on your stove. People have different types of stoves, so you just want to like stir it around and make sure it doesn't stick. If it does stick, you can add a little bit more olive oil, or you can turn down your heat a little bit. Either way. Right here, you want to add your chicken stock. I had a whole container. You can add about a little bit over half. Then you can go ahead and add your vegetables and give them a quick stir. You might have a little bit too much liquid at the end, so you might have to pour it out. I did pour out a little bit of liquid at the end of this video. Then you want to go ahead and add your diced tomatoes. And that just gives it so much flavor. You can use your favorite Creole seasoning. I'm using Tony's seasoning. And right here, I'm using about a half of a teaspoon. If you want it to have a little bit more kick, you can add a whole teaspoon, or you can add 2 teaspoons. I'm doing a half of a teaspoon because it's pretty strong. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. 1 teaspoon of oregano leaves, so you can add your cayenne pepper. I'm sorry, your cayenne pepper. And I just did a few shakes because you don't want to do too much because you're already adding your Cajun seasoning. And then I'm going to add less than a teaspoon of your smoked paprika. It gives that smoked flavor. It's so good. A little goes a long way. You have to trust me on this. Two teaspoons of parsley flakes. Then go ahead and give it a quick stir to just marry all of the spices together. And my heat is still on medium-high heat. The temperature kind of fluctuates. Sometimes you want to do medium-high, sometimes you want to do high. Then right there, you want to go ahead and throw in your smoked turkey leg. That's just going to like take your recipe to the next level, like out of this world. And then you want to go ahead and just add your drained red beans. Once again, this is for beginners. I know most of the time this dish is made with dried beans, but sometimes, you know, we're just working with the beginner stages of this. If you wanted to do dried beans, you can soak them overnight, and there's other ways that you can make them swell up faster. But today we're using canned beans. So at this point in the recipe, you just want to clean up a little bit around your area. You want to put your pot on medium-high heat and put the lid on and let it cook for about 45 minutes. You can stir periodically, but you want to let this cook down so that smoked turkey leg can like fall off the bone a little bit and all your flavors can marry together. Your house will smell absolutely amazing. So here's a speed up of the pot working really hard. And it smelled really good. In the meantime, while that's happening, you want to grab some of your favorite rice. I'm using jasmine rice, and I did a cup of rice with a cup and a half of water. That's the rule. I went ahead and washed my rice. You want to rinse your rice out, and then you want to put it in the rice cooker. If you don't have a rice cooker, go ahead and cook your rice on the stove. But investing in a rice cooker, like, you can never go wrong with a rice cooker. It's fast and easy. You click the button. When it's done, it pops back up, and that's it. Okay, so it looks like our pot of food is doing amazing. It smells amazing. It looks amazing. And I'm just giving it a quick stir. It's pretty much almost finished. After that, you just want to put your lid on, and then you want to turn your heat down to low medium heat. You want to let that simmer for about an additional 20 minutes. Periodically, you can stir your pot just to make sure nothing sticks, but for the most part, you should be fine. So you can see right here, the smoked turkey leg is falling off the bone. You could just pick it apart with 2 forks and give it a stir, and that means you're on the right track. So overall, this pot cooked on high for about 30 minutes and then cooked on medium low for about 20 minutes. So you would give it about an hour, I would say. Then you want to just go in and fluff up your rice once it's finished. The rice comes out perfectly every time you use the rice cooker, If you mess up the rice in the rice cooker, then you might want to use less water, or if it's too tough, you want to use more water. So you just got to figure the water part out. Now it's time for the best part. It's time to plate your dish. You want to go ahead and scoop out that delicious jasmine rice and put it in the bowl. And then you want to go ahead and get ready to get your red beans. Look at that, you guys. It smells and looks amazing. This dish is beautiful on a snowy day or just a rainy day when you're in the house. You can also have this with a lovely pan of cornbread. As you can see, I've made some nice, delicious, huge pieces of cornbread to go with my food. And you can do the same. All right, so you just want to go ahead and start to plate your food. Look at that, fresh out the pot, nice and hot and delicious. And this is perfect, like I said, for any rainy day, any snowy day, or just because it's the winter time. It's nice and fulfilling. Don't forget to add some of those juices from the pot. That makes it great. Go ahead and add those green onions. And there you go. There's your red beans and rice. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. As always, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to let me know what you guys want to learn how to make next. I just want to make meals for people that are beginners, that are learning how to cook, for busy moms, just for people overall that just love food and think it's complicated. I'm going to make it very simple for you. Stay tuned for the next video and be sure to add me on Instagram at CookingwithMercedes. Bye!